you doing alright?
I'm alright.
Yeah, not bad. Morning YouTube.
Some of the nothing followers, viewers.
We're here, second day up in the Brecon Beacons.
Yeah.
Sorry about that was awful.
More Welsh mountains.
More Welsh mountains. Yeah, we had really a bit of a rubbish morning. It's midday now, gone midday, about 12:30. We had to get Nathan new boots. His boots fell apart, just like mine did on scaffold.
Yeah, just as we was going in for a pint, the heel fell off my boots.
So the shop didn't open until 10.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, perfect place to go and get a guidebook, so we can get some other walks. 12 quid I had to spend on a book that we've just disregarded and gone off the map that we had in the first place. So I'm glad I spent that £12. Well spent.
But on the plus side, I got some special new boots. There's no point telling you what I think of them now. I haven't walked in them.
No.
Well, only from the car to here. What's that? 15 metres. So far, they're great.
So anyway, we're back. Similar area we was yesterday, but we're over to the west and southwest.
Southeast.
Oh yeah, east. Going to take in Big Fanny. Is it Big Fanny?
Big Fanny. We're in the hunt for some Big Fanny.
Yeah.
Someone enough on tour. Yeah.
Fanny Big.
Well,
We've got the view ranger going. We've got ample amounts of time as long as we hurry up.
no set route.
And a massive hill to climb first thing, but then up to some nice views and along some ridges. So,
Yeah.
would you care to join us? If so, continue to watch. If not, do what you want.
Yeah. You're your own person, make your own mind up.
But we're going anyway.
So, day 2 in the Brecons, back in the mountains. Got a little stop at Cotswolds Outdoors in Brecon. Had to pick up some new boots. But I was only saying yesterday how impressed I was with the grip of the Berghaus boot and how they'd be a strong consideration for my next pair of boots. Well, my hand has been forced. The hiking gods decided to rip the sole clean off the boot, and I've been left with this pair of Scarpa boots. I opted for a complete leather boot. Not ideal today. It's going to be a lot of walking on Dartmoor this winter. Got some G-Wax, and let's see how they get on.
Well, it's a steady climb with some fantastic views already. We can see the objective ahead. It all sort of levels off up there somewhere. So hopefully this is just the hardest push of the day. Won't be long before we're up there, taking some fantastic views of the other side. It's quite a close day today, the weather. It's quite humid, cloudy, overcast at the minute. I think the sun's breaking through a bit later on. So, should make for some good photography. But hopefully we'll be off this climb by the time it gets too hot. aren't they? It's a killer first thing in the afternoon, isn't it?
How are you finding the first up of the day?
Slog. It's a tough slog.
It is a slog, isn't it?
Yeah. It's always hard the first one in the day anyway, but at least we're getting it out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, just stopped here and just realised that I kind of got a bit of pins and needles in my right foot.
Is that because you've been stood crooked at an angle filming or something? Or?
No, it's been like it for a while coming up now. Might be my new boots.
No, it could be. You're not having a heart attack in your foot or nothing?
No, I think, no, it's just pins and needles.
Do you need to loosen your boot off then?
No, I think if it, you know, if it falls off, if my foot falls off, I'll just grow a new one back, won't I?
Aye.
They're like teeth, aren't they? You get like a child set and an adult set.
But you ain't still got your child set,
Yeah,
have you?
yeah, I still got my child feet, so I figure I got set to go.
Oh yeah, they must be due to fall off soon then.
Well, with all this walking, I would have thought.
Yeah, pushing them along a bit.
Yeah, you come to the end of the
Well, I had to have foot braces because mine was growing
crooked.
over my old set. And my new set was pushing my old set out. And it was pushing my feet crooked, like, and that's why I bought like a London wide boy.
Yeah.
You know, with my feet pointing outwards.
So what are your adult ones like? Are they better?
They're alright, but like I say, now I walk like, my feet are like a 90-degree angle to each other. You see that? We're meant to be delirious on the way down the mountains, aren't we?
It's been a long weekend.
Let's go, we only got to go up there, Nath.
Yeah. That big hump we were walking up seems to have disappeared. Must be behind there.
Yeah, I think
right?
it is.
Well, maybe if we start walking, these pins and needles will subside, or one of my child's feet will fall off.
Yeah. One way or the other, we'll soon find out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Or if you are having a heart attack in your foot.
Ascend a mountain on a stump.
Levelling off a bit now, thank goodness, and opening up the views. It's a cracking place to be, especially in fine weather like this. We've got some good weather. It's not too hot, not too misty, more importantly, loving life. These valleys are like a much more dramatic version of Dartmoor. Rivers coming down, creasing the landscape, these sheer hills. Reminds me of the valleys you look out from Furtor and from the Merivale area. But obviously the heights are much greater. I'll sex that up. It is awesome. It's awe-inspiring. I hope it's inspiring others out there to want to come and have a look for themselves, because it's that same old mantra. The camera doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. There's some fantastic shots to have here. Nath off in the distance with the path going up the hill over there. But I don't want to stop because I'm getting mauled by horrible little pests. Look at them. They're everywhere. Billions of them. And stuck in my head. I'm breathing them up my nose. Grim. This is a spectacular view, and it's not a bad choice by us really, just looking at a map, picking a summit and a route. It's not going to be a circular route as such. We'll have to come back the same way. Oh, here's the waterfall. Doesn't sound like much of a waterfall at the moment. The water looks quite stagnant down there.
quite on a mountain yet. Well, technically, the height we're at, 683, is over 2,000 feet. So if you're going on the definition that anything over 2,000 feet is technically a mountain, then we're up in the mountains. But we started off down here at this place that I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
We'll call it Cattle Grid.
I call it Blaney Glyn.
Blaney Glyn. And then we've come up the side of the woodland, we've come up the side of this big hill, which is called that.
Craigie found doo-doo.
Craig found what?
Craig found trodden doo-doo.
Oh, mate, he's going to stink in the car on the way home. He can ride in your motor. Now we're following this green dotted line, which is the Brecon's Way. We've come to Blaine Carfennel waterfalls, and we're following back, and we're heading to this pile of stones, or cairn. Yeah? And then we're going to follow it round here to this 730 summit. And then we're going to go round to Fanny Big. And then we're going to come back round to this fork over here.
Yep.
And then we're going to follow this footpath and then back down the way we came.
Yep. This is pile of stones.
Fair old pile of stones, isn't it?
It's a fair old pile, isn't it?
I mean, I've seen some piles of stones in the time, but that takes a lift. So here we are, up high now, strolling along the Brecon's Way. We've just passed a pile of stones, and quite the pile of stones it was too. We can see in the distance Penny Fan and Corndew. I'm guessing we're going to get to a ridge here in a minute, and we're going to see Cribbin, where we were yesterday. You know, only 2 days in, and we're starting to become familiar with this part of the beacons. Hopefully in the coming years we'll become more familiar, and now we've done the biggest peak the beacons have to offer, we can sort of move on and go and look at some other spots.
So there's our 3 summits from yesterday, Nave.
Lovely, isn't it? How does that make you feel?
How do you want it to make me feel?
Sexy.
Oh, beautiful up here, Nave, isn't it?
Handsome. Hopefully the wind is stopping the flies from being right up at high level, and they all have to hide in the shelter of the bank.
I did get attacked by a group a minute ago when I was trying to get a panoramic.
But where we're at, so we got Corndew,
Yep, been there,
Penny Fan
done that.
is the highest one in the middle, and then Cribbin is the next highest one back to us.
Yeah. You're
And then-
pointing at the different ones from this angle. Corndew, Penny Fan, Cribbin. So then this one out here.
Is Fanny Big.
It's
Not funny. So mature.
So that's where we're going in a minute.
We're going to go out there and have lunch, and then we're going to come back across this path And then we're going to go over there, which is that name.
Brecon Beacons.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at us.
So the highest point today we're going to achieve is about 754 metres just past that place.
Yeah.
And then as we come to the end of the ridge, we double back on ourselves and come along Greg Van Lass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the waterfall.
Yeah.
Where we turned left, and then we just follow the path back down to the motor.
Hi mate.
Hi mate.
Big Fanny.
Fanny big.
Fanny big. Fanny big. Nothing like a bit of disco music on the top of a mountain, is there?
Something like that. Or nothing like that.
Something or nothing like that.
Let's say it's nothing like that.
Let's say it's nothing like that.
Let's say it's 3, 2, 1 and go, yeah?
Something or nothing!
In the Brecon Beacons.
In the Brecon Beacons. Here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, look, that path didn't just circle around fucking miles out of our way.
Oh yeah, we were going to do that yesterday, weren't we? When we was up there, we thought about taking that path, or I did for a second, to get back. So there it was, wasn't it, Nath?
There are no flies inside my flies.
Fanny big.
Fanny big.
It was alright, we had a spot of lunch up there, took in the views, posted a pic on Instagram. Danger! Look at that. Getting some nice photos here today. Some nice videos, it's scenic, it's picturesque, beautiful. So now the long journey home.
So we were just sat on top of Fanny Big, and there was two young lads. I say young, they could have been our age-ish. And one from London, one from Bristol, and they're doing some wild camping in hammocks and tarps. It's an interesting way of doing it because they've left their base camp set up, and then they've come up the mountains with small little packs on, doing circular routes and going back. So rather than carrying their gear on their packs through, you know, and I think that's a bit of a weird way of doing it. Don't you, Trev?
I don't know, it makes more sense. I mean, once again, Nick, we're the only two on this mountain with these massive bloody packs on our backs.
I do understand your criticism, Trev, but back in my granddad's village, when he was a younger man, when he was alive in fact,
there was this guy, right? And he used to walk around the village with his rucksack on, full of logs. Everyone thought he was not right in the head. And no one would ever speak to him because they had fear about his mental handicapness. So everyone avoided him. Anyway, eventually my granddad decides to speak to him. I mean, this is back in the 70s now. And it turns out this chap had been accepted to be part of a Everest Base Camp expedition. And in order to be accepted, he had to be able to carry his share of the supplies and materials needed at Everest Base Camp. So he was walking around with this massive pack on. Everyone around him thought he was an idiot or something wrong with him. But in actual fact, he was training for a bigger purpose. And ultimately, that's what we're doing if you think about it. You know, because if you think, what's the next step outside of British mountains, outside of British peaks? Europe. Yeah, Europe. So the easiest place that I can see on a map that's not too far for us to drive is the Pyrenees, yeah? 12,000 feet, somewhere around there. 3 Snowdons, 2 and a bit bends, so we ain't never gonna make that in a day. So we need, we're gonna have to camp on the mountain. So this might seem stupid, walking around with these packs on just in the Brecons or on Dartmoor, even if we're not doing an overnight camp, but ultimately we are also training for a bigger purpose. If I won you over. You don't look convinced.
I'm bloody carrying the packs still, and I always carrying the packs.
You do, Trev, and I take my hat off to you because I hound you for it because I'm a
I was saying to Nathan a minute ago, he was saying a few weeks ago about how his greatest moment in Summit or Nothing was being at the top of Steeperton Tor on Dartmoor. Bleak, misty, rainy, nothing there but a little hut. Well, my favourite moment has been today on this walk. When we first come up to the edge of that bowl and stood at the highest point, and without the camera in front of my eyes, I just looked across this whole valley and took it all in, and it was incredible. Just the detail, the scale of the dome, like a big bowl been scooped out of the ground. I don't know how it's formed. I'd love to know how it was formed. If anyone out there knows, could tell me. But that was my greatest moment. I don't know, it's struck a chord with me. Beautiful. The thing is, I think we've spoiled ourselves this last couple of months, what with going up the Lake District, the Brecon Beacons. So when we went back to Dartmoor the other week, although the weather was crap and we was down at a miserable Cranmere pool, it sort of did feel a bit of a shame to not hit the lakes, which is it's a sad thing. Look at that, it's amazing. We do still love you, Dartmoor. Besides, we've still got a good 200 odd squares still to cover in, maybe even 300.
So, about 5 hours in of hiking with my new boots on, my Scarpas, and yeah, they're alright. I got hot spots developing on the balls of my feet, but that could be due to the socks. These are socks that I don't wear very often. I don't even know if I've worn them up a mountain yet, you know, but they're comfortable, they're not sliding all over the place. Plenty of grip, nowhere near the grip that the Berg House ones I had yesterday had. But yeah, you know, here we are at the highest point, the highest summit of the day, 754 meters, and it's beautiful. Have a look behind me, the views, you know, it's wonderful. happy days. Happy with the boots, happy with the walk, happy with the weather.
With our adventures, we never know what we're going to expect as we set off, and that's the beauty of walking. You never know these views you're going to find, and around every corner today there's been another sight to take your breath away, especially this morning, as we didn't know what we were doing until about 12 o'clock. I bought that book, we had a look at the book, nothing really took our fancy, nothing seemed up high. We wanted to hike. It's summit or nothing. So we just had a look at the map, just picked a route. You can sort of see what it's doing on the map, but you don't know until you're walking what you're going to come across. What's the path going to be like? What are the views going to be like? Well, today I think we've lucked out. Yesterday we lucked out. I always feel a bit elated when I'm up here. I can't wait to come back here. Oh, I wish I could just do this every day. It'd be amazing. If there's any producers out there, give us some money so we can do this every day. I'd love that. So this is where we're going. Final jaunt. We're going down here by them trees. We're parked in amongst them trees down there, that woodland. So the final leg of our outing.
Yeah, last mountain of the year, that's for sure. Well, you know, we've come up here. It was a bit of a last minute thing. I have to take the hat off to the ladies, really, because let's face it, they booked the campsite. You know, all of a sudden at last minute loads of things come together. We packed up the cars, bank holiday traffic, hell of a journey to get up here. But we got here and, you know, it's like the hiking gods shined on us. Blue sky, crisp, windless days, and the most stunning and amazing views I think that we've witnessed so far, you know.
Here we go, Nath.
Oh, it's just back here again.
Back here again. One path meets another. A junction, yeah. Back to the funny little waterfall. It almost looks man-made, doesn't it? It's almost like square and looks like something you'd find in like a flower show or something, you know? I don't know if you can see down there, Nath, but that old grandfer's got a hell of a sack on him, like we have. He wears the old same sack as us there.
Hell of a sack of old Granfer sack on the back.
Have you seen the grandfer sack on and ever made?
He's got hell of a saggy Granfer sack for a young man, isn't it?
Saggy old grandfer sack, he's growing on him.
Look at the sag on his Granfer sack, Ty.
He
Have
got
you
hell
seen
of
his
it.
Granfer sack, mate?
Would he like to touch me grandfer sack, mate? Would you like to hold it?
Have a cup in me Granfer sack.
I said we get delirious coming down. That's the example.
I'm recording. I'm recording.
Words.
Words, stuff, mountains, done, handshake.
Nath,
Yeah.
well done, my friend.
Well done to you, sir.
Another. Another mountain range
Yeah.
accomplished.
Conquered.
Beautiful day, beautiful walk.
Got a bit of a sweat on.
Yeah, me too.
It's good. Got to be doing our fitness good, isn't it?
Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
If you have. Might not have.
If you haven't seen this, so it doesn't matter.
No.
To everyone that isn't watching and hasn't seen it and won't ever.
Nath, it's been an adventure.
Yeah, isn't it?
Been a good year so far. We're not going to stop just because the winter months are coming in. We're going to do some more, hopefully get some more wild camping done at some point.
Exmoor.
Exmoor.
Potentially some bushcraft on the horizon.
Bushcraft on the horizon. So yeah, it's plenty to do, plenty to see.
Yeah, so you best like, comment, share.
Yeah, sharing's the key.
Subscribe.
We need more people to know about us, to know how great you think we are. Not how great we think we are, we know we are.
This sign off has been rated as too pretentious.
No, we know, we're just blokes titting about, pretending we're famous in our own heads. Thanks. Keep watching.
Yeah.
We'll keep hiking.
We'll try and make it better or worse? I don't know, what's funny?
Yeah, what do you want? We could do either way. We try and get better, but we probably get worse.
Yeah, that's it. But the
Stay
mountains
tuned.
are getting bigger, so it's bound to get worse.
There's more of a drop off. Nath, slap me some skin, my bad blood. You've been amazing.
You have, mate.
Thanks for watching, spurring us on, and keep doing so. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, let us know you're out there, share, go to our Facebook page, leave a comment on there, like us, go to Instagram, follow us on there, like all our photos.
Check out our website, www.summitornothing.co.uk.
Yeah, social media. Peace.